if you're going to do the jobs that are associated with the commission, then do the goddamn job. If you're going to be an inspector and your job is to be in that fighter's corner and make sure that the fighter stays in the corner, then why are you watching and standing there like a fan and allowing this fighter to walk over? You can start to walk with him. If he stops halfway, hey, you can just stop with him, no problem. But as soon as he crosses that midway point, your hands go, you start to pull him back. Hey, don't even think about it. And you move him back. If you're the referee, what are you doing? You're standing in there because you're so cool. And I'll just let this happen. You've got to be paying attention when both fighters are in the cage. That cage is your responsibility. As soon as both step in, once one steps out, you don't have to worry about anything. But when they're both in there, your attention is on the fighters. So that whole bit where they come together, that could have ended horribly. It didn't, but it did about 38 seconds later. But you're going to do a job. Do the goddamn job. Quit trying to fucking look cool. Quit trying to be a fan. Do your freaking job.
So tell me how you really feel.
It's as simple as it gets. It's simple. And this is what's wrong. The commission itself, what are they going to do? Nothing. Okay. That inspector should be taken and, hey, you're going to stay in the back from now on. Since you don't know what to do when you're out here in the cage, under the lights, in front of the cameras, well, I'm going to put you in a place where you don't have that much thinking capabilities needed. Okay? That's just the way it is. This is the way you're supposed to run something. It's a business. Your business is run off of somebody else's business. The UFC is paying you money. They don't want to. Okay, I don't blame them for not wanting to, but they're paying you money because you are getting a percentage of those ticket sales. And you're getting a percentage of sometimes TV rights, pay-per-view rights, depending upon the show. Yeah. So they're paying you money. So your job is to enhance their business, not detract for it, not create problems for it, not do things that are going to end up making that business look worse.
Yeah. I agree. They could. First off, the ref should have been normally the ref's like the one in the middle. He was off by the fence. Well, I think the ring announcer was way in front of him.
That's normal because you get out of the way so Buffer can do his little bit and all that stuff. But as soon as you see him starting to cross that hey, you're making a line. You're like a defensive back with the running back going down the field. There's your line to get between the two people before they come into contact. That's your job. Wow. Now I can tell you. And Kevin's going to hate me. That's okay. I don't give a shit. All right. Many times Kevin has said, well, that's the commission's problem. That's not mine. No, you're wrong. And that's why that happened. And that's why you look stupid because of it. Your job is to be the guy that is in charge as soon as both fighters step inside that cage. You're the guy that takes care of the problems.
I really feel like we should film Sunday mornings more often. He's a lot more feisty in the mornings. I think by the time we film at night, sometimes he's tired. I think it's the old age.
Well, that's because, dude, you're making me film at 11:30 at night.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Actually, I'm up until 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's all right. And then he's up by like 5 a.m. because I was texting him early this morning. I don't sleep. That's so funny. You're also on East Coast, so it was early for me. Look, yeah. I felt like he should have been closer, like right behind Buffer. Let Buffer do his thing, his card pointing thing and all that other stuff he does, okay?
Come on.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. Anyways, okay. So, there was that part of the fight that kind of was like, what the hell? What was going on here? Now, do you relate that with just small-time commissions? I mean, where were they in Norfolk?
Commissions they're in Virginia.
Yeah.
I can tell you, look, one of the worst commissions I've ever been around. They're
Virginia?
Horrible.
Virginia?
Horrible. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing. They're absolutely bad.
They're obviously a little slow because they were chest to chest and arms wrapped up with each other before the fight even started. The guy wasn't anywhere near him. He wasn't even anywhere near him. I'm like, what are you doing? Well,
this is what happens. You, instead of doing your job, watch watch Nevada, watch California, even watch New York now because they've had problems. And so they've really gotten into, hey, you do this and you watch those guys, they're on top of it. But when all of a sudden that big show comes to your state and you get to work it, and now you're standing there and there's all the lights and the people are going crazy and you start to become a fan. Yeah. You're not there working. You're there being a fan, being part of the moment. That's not your job. Your job is to work. Your job is to understand what you're supposed to do. And if you allow that to happen, you're not doing your job. Yeah, in these small towns or like, you know, in areas where these shows don't normally go and they got big stars, you know, they got big name fighters in there, whatever it is, it gets their attention to the point where they want everybody in the crowd to see them. They start to feel that what the fighters, not really what the fighter's feeling, because the fighter feels like a little bit of anxiety. No, they feel a rush. It's electric. Yeah, for sure. They're feeling that as well. So, I mean, there was that part of it all, but then there was also the next part. And the next part was the stoppage. Let me just that was good, wasn't it? Tell you right now. Come on, it was a great dude. He protected the fighter. I was like, wait, did we watch the same fucking fight? Because there was no way. I mean, yeah, he definitely horrible. Protected the fighter. You got to let him fight, though. You got to let the guy. I mean, I'm not saying he should have let him fucking get KO'd face down, ass up, but he should have at least let him fight. Now, I will say this, though. The fighter was doing something really strange that I haven't seen people do. Now, to me, it looked like... He's done it before. Yeah, he looked like he was swaying a little bit, but I thought it looked like he was just trying to get into a rhythm. Okay, so here's... Go ahead. I want to ask you a question. You're a fighter, okay? Yeah. You have been in there, and you have seen guys that are hurt. Yep. And then you've seen guys acting like they're hurt. What tells you the difference? What is it that tells you the difference? Come on, there's things. Their legs. Because if you're smart, absolutely. Yeah, their legs. It's your base. Yeah. So if you are the referee and you see this guy starting to do this thing, I don't look at this. Yeah. I look to see how is his base, because that's going to tell me. I'm going to look and say, that didn't look like it should have hurt you. It could have. I'm not saying it can't, but it didn't look like it should. So instead of doing this where I go to what we call the micro, I start to look at his face. Mm-hmm. I step back and I look at the macro. I look at the entire package and I look at the base of the fighter. That tells me everything. Yeah. It tells me, look at how solid his base is. He's not hurt. You do not have a solid base when you are hurt. That's why guys will use the cage. They'll lean up against the cage. If it's boxing, they'll lean into the ropes. It gives them another balance point because their base is bad. Watch him. Watch the fight. As soon as he's not hurt. Yeah. He's doing his thing. And you watch the referee. He's jumping in and out. And you go, oh my God. Don't do it. Now, you're yelling at the TV, I bet. Don't do it. Oh, Don't do it. I was like, no, I swear to God, I'm watching go, are you fucking kidding me? He's not hurt. No. And it was like all of a sudden he jumped. Now, and this is the other part. And I've talked to this referee about this. Look, you have got to figure out certain things. I'm not saying a fighter cannot be put out early. They can, but they're put out. What if he was hurt? What is the best time early in the fight? Why? If he's done any training, he's in good shape. So he's got a full tank of gas, right? He's not tired. So this has nothing to do with him being tired. This has nothing to do with he can't keep his hands up or any of that stuff. He's got a full tank of gas, and it's the best time in the fight for him to recover if he's hurt. Yeah. So you're going to let him go. You got to let this guy go because he's throwing back. He's fighting. Yeah. He never hit the fucking ground. He never fucking fell into the fence. He never did any stanky leg thing. Yeah. He fucking wiggled his upper body. Guys wiggle their fucking upper body all the time. Yeah. What are you watching? And then you stop the fight, and as you said, he's lucky he didn't get clocked because you could see immediately. Oh, God. Ian was fine. He's like, what are you? He's trying to lull this guy in. He's taking shots. I'm not saying he's not. Yeah. The right hand that started it, started the concern. He had touched him, but I didn't think it really hurt him. I thought he started to do his little thing like, You could see it froze him for a second, just that half a second. And so he felt it. But watch his base.
Yeah.
It's fine. Then he gets the head kick, come up, kind of blocks it a little bit, but it touches. Another one kind of blocks, but it touches. But he watches base. He's fine. And these are the things as a referee you're supposed to know. This is what I look towards. I can't always go if I'm not sure. If I see that he's done the wobble with the legs, I don't have to go back to him. I know. But as soon as he starts just giving that upper body head movement, like, oh,
yeah,
any shoulder head movement, that's just part of guys acting and fighting, and it happens all the time. Go to your secondary information. It will tell you, is this real? No. And you relax.
Yeah.
That's the difference. When you see referees that are relaxed during the fight, watch a Mark Goddard, watch a Jason Herzog, watch Herb. They're relaxed because I know. Now, there's times when they'll start to because they're thinking, oh, he's hurt, and they want to make the right timing for that stop if they're going to do it, but they're not jumping in and out and looking all over the place. It's like he inserted himself at a time. He knows. He knows. He can sit there. He can say whatever he wants, but when he looks, he knows I screwed up.
Yeah, he had to have known. He went down and watched the fight side by side with Mark Ratner, and they were talking about it on the broadcast. You don't go down there and do that unless you know you fucked up. Like you're you should be sticking by your decision. Nope, I stopped it. He looked rocked. He looked this. No, he went down to see when he really fucked up. What moment? I bet you in the back of his mind, he's playing it back. Like, at what moment did I realize that I fucked up? That's exactly what he was looking at that video.
I can tell you what moment he realized he fucked up.
I was just like, God.
As soon as he went stop, and he put himself and touched Ion, and Ion looked at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
He had that look like, oh, God.
100% agree. Okay.